Welcome to another episode of the 35 series. We are back. Well, we've always been here. And today we're talking about lesson 27. And lesson 27 is that I have come to realize that as a woman in living on planet Earth, there is what we call the gender bias, but don't let it define you. Don't let it stop you. Don't let it hold you back. Generally, you would always, I would push for gender equity and things like that, but there is a strong gender bias, and unfortunately at the moment it's tilted towards the disadvantage of women or female, right? But don't let it stop you. Don't let it hinder you. Sometimes you hear things like, I was having a conversation with somebody and the person was like, oh, that one of my friends said he was interested in you, or they liked that girl, but I told him that, Dara, don't bother, oh, that they do man things. Like she's making moves that men make. And in my head, I'm like, I never even make move. In my own opinion, I never even move. Like I feel like I'm making men's move or moves that men would make. So I just felt, well, that's your business. I'm not interested anyways. But I just cited that as an example. So you want to maybe start a business, you hear things like, oh, don't buy a house if you're not married. Don't have a good job if you're not married. Don't invest if you don't have children, and many other things, right, that seem to limit women from being a human being that God created, that God has plans for, right? So don't let the gender bias define you. There will always be gender bias, but now the person where they look gender bias go no saying they say make I no move, make they no talk. Make the no talk. What is the mouth for? Why do you have a mouth? Why do they have a mouth? I know that they probably don't have a brain, but they have the mouth and they're able to communicate certain things. So don't let it hinder you. Don't let it stop you from achieving what you want to achieve. And that brings me to lesson 28. That is that society would talk. There is this adage by a poet. He said, "Nkan tó bá wẹ lẹ́nu ló máa fẹnu ẹ̀ sọ." Society will talk. You do or you no do. Say, you do or they no you no do, then go talk. You say or they no say, they go talk. Waiting no consign them. Waiting I go to my brother, oh, where they no go talk. There's nothing you do as a human, as a person, that people will not talk. You may feel like, you know what, I'm not a celebrity. People don't talk about me. Yes, you're not a celebrity. You don't have to be. You just have to have people around you. You just have to have people. You just have to be human for people to talk about you, right? Maybe for celebrities, for people that we know are popular, it's on a different scale. But people would talk. Society would talk. And if you live your life constantly pushing for that sense of approval from society that, oh, I don't want to do things that's good things. I don't want to do good things that society would talk about, or maybe to be misinterpreted, whatever it is. The truth of the matter is that except you carry placard and you are doing Shalaye FC. In fact, that your Shalaye FC. Some people are like, why are you doing so much Shalaye? You understand? So there's really nothing you're going to do that society would not talk. And it's so bad that whether it's a good thing you're doing, society can spin it in such a way that you're like, I didn't intend it for it to be this way, right? There would be, people will always misunderstand, and you have to build resilience to be like, I know the reason why I am on this path. I know the reason why God has told me to do this. You know what? I'm just going to block out the noise and make sure that I am focused, because the people that today criticize you would be the ones to come back in future to say, oh, now I get what you're saying. Sometimes they're not criticizing from a place of I'm jealous. It's just they don't understand. And it is fine. It's okay for them not to understand, because even you talk. Me, I talk. There's some things people do I don't understand. Me, I talk. So I'm like, but this thing doesn't make sense now. Maybe later it makes sense. I'm like, oh, now I see what this person was doing. So don't let society hinder you from contributing positively because of what they would say. Now, lesson 29. We all love titles. In fact, with this age of a lot of motivational speakers, on your bio, you want to make sure that there's something that stands out, you know. But the truth of the matter is that a title will not make you fulfilled. Yes, if there is no purpose in the title, it will only drain you. So you just be a title holder, but you are not providing an equivalent value, the equivalent value of this position that you carry. For example, you have somebody that says, oh, I'm a content creator, but the last time they posted a content was 3 months ago. So I asked myself, why do you carry the badge of a content creator if you are not serving content, right? So it's important that we don't chase title. We live in a world where everybody wants to be, oh, I am the this of this. I am the first person to make jollof rice without using water. I am the first person to cook soap without using this, right? And my soup is the best, my this is the best. We want to always be at that point, at that place where we stand out, which is good. But a title will not give you fulfillment. So it's first important that you find fulfillment. You understand why you are doing what you do, at least to a certain degree. You understand, oh, this is the reason why I find fulfillment in this. Then the title is like an addition. Because if you just accept the title without it being coming from within, it will drain you. There are people just be wondering, but you are this now. You are the only person in Nigeria. You are the only person in the world that has 2 heads. You are the only person in the world that has this. Why are you feeling? Why you are special? You are this, you are that. But deep within, you are not fulfilled, and that's why we have some people, they commit suicide because you're like, you are literally have everything that we're asking for. What else do you want from life? But because you're not fulfilled, fulfillment is very key, and we must all strive to find fulfillment. So thank you, and I'll see you in another episode.